Good morning, everybody. I need to turn this light on, but I really don't even want to. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I should probably put this down just a little bit. I am thirsty. Hold on, y'all. Let me go get your big book. Green book came. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Looks like we back up and running. Let me go get this water real quick. And I need to make me some coffee, but I'm not just right now. Is anybody else's allergies acting up? Oh, good morning. Yeah, something's going on because it's 300 people in here. We couldn't even get 25 people yesterday. It's ridiculous. Good morning, everybody. Well, hey. And look what I brought with me, the big purple book. Look at that. Look what I have. I'm going to have to go blow my nose. I'm going to have to because, yep, I'll be right back. Can't do it. Sorry. I woke up and it was freezing in my room, so I leave the door open. I mean, the window open. So y'all, I'm crazy. I sleep with the heater on. The heat, there's a heater. The heat is on. The heat is in my room, right? And then, um, good morning, everybody. The heat is on. The fan is on. The window is open, and there's a heater on in my room. Just as crazy as a busy boo. Close the window, turn the fan off. No. So the window and the fan, because I need fresh air, and then it's chilly, so the heat is on in the rest of the house, but it's a heater in my room too. It's bipolar in my room right now. Sorry. Hey y'all. So I've been still kind of getting through what we was reading the other day, right? I'm a Pisces, it works. Just kind of feeds into that. The Ezra 6, right? No. I remember we was reading this the other day. Ezra 6. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Okay. So it's some goodies in here. I don't know if nobody went and like finished reading it. Right? But it's some real good stuff in here. Like, can y'all answer me, right? What was going on in 515 BC? And who was alive in 515 BC? What happened? What did I not see? I missed something. Did I? I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay, Aaliyah, congratulations on our grandbaby. Okay, we got a new circle little. Ooh, we got a new circle little, y'all. Good morning. We gotta do circle little. Oh yeah, that's cool. It's been so many babies added to the community. And you know what's cool about that? You know what's cool about that is that we know if they gonna be a grandma or the babysitter or whoever you are to this baby, that they gonna be around you probably while you listening and studying. Yes, your little cousin is here, Mariah. Yes, everybody said congratulations. Y'all, we got good morning. We got some more circulatos. We got some more of them coming too. There's some folks having some babies the end of December, beginning of January. We got a lot of circulatos coming. I'm excited. We definitely gonna have to work on getting our baby hoodies because I already know y'all want to be mommy and daddy in need, and they need to be in that university attire. You know what I'm saying? We getting rid of some big companies because they don't support certain things. So there's that. And all of our stuff has meaning. Who's new here? I know some onesies would be cute. Well, y'all know we do. There is Little's t-shirts. Because remember I showed y'all my grandkids. She don't have hoodies, but she has t-shirts. Y'all know that, right? And the t-shirts are soft. Real quick, did y'all know that? She do have kid t-shirts. She got like, I want to say 6 to 9 months and then 9 to 12 months. They said Circa was fake and let them have it. I told them no one puts that kind of time and energy into studying to be fake. I cussed them clean out for real. Oh, Lord. It's okay. So listen, you know what? I'll put this over here. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. We gonna go on and go to the word on them. What they asked for it. Thank you for defending me, but God got me. Don't worry about it. You don't even gotta cuss nobody out. Don't cuss nobody out. Don't do it. Don't do it, cause I'm gonna tell you something. Look, here go my commercial. Nope, I gotta turn it around. If you're new here, I'm about to show you some of our hoodies. Can y'all see? Is that right? Is this right? So nerdjunkshop.com is our mod's website. She actually makes all of our hoodies. She gets our blankets together. But Nerd Junk Shop, and it's spelled with a 3. So if you want any of the hoodies you ever see me in or the t-shirts, Nerd Junk Shop is where you go. She does let you customize. And we got something coming out that's about to be real nice that someone helped us come up with. We love her. And it's going to be real nice. But like this was our first hoodie. And it matches our blanket as above, so below. So you can get all of these. Anything that you get in a hoodie, you can get in a t-shirt too. Now, I ain't going to lie. These blankets run a little expensive because she doesn't print these. She has to send them out and all of that. So with that, but this is the largest one. So it matches our hoodie. We got the white, gold, and brown. And then it has Circa Trova, which is not my name. Y'all know that just means seeking you shall find. I use mine as a reading blanket. And then it's a white and gray one and then a black and gold one. Well, a black one with that same. But we got like the white one too. So like if y'all doing the white and silver, whatever. And they warm too. These are the largest ones though, the most expensive. You know, they are. But we got these because we just wanted you to see that. Like if you got a big and tall person, a tall tree, we got a throw that will fit. And they ain't got to figure out which half of their body is going to be warm. So they got small ones if you just want one to throw over the couch. And they got other ones. I just want to show these because she does a really good job. And I want to tell y'all, she is not having these printed, the hoodies and stuff. She makes these. She has to cut them. So it takes time. Do not be rushing this lady. This is custom made. Like literally, if you want on any of these hoodies, she can put whatever as long as you get the same. Well, this one don't change. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, our tree, if you get this, it's gonna be white and silver or black and gold because this is like our signature thing, right? This don't change. But any of these other ones, you can get them customized. So like, and I did wash this, y'all, and I got some soap on it, so I'm gonna have to get that out. But it don't normally have that stain on it, but I just washed them the other day. But do y'all see? I did not even know that this up here flips. It's chameleon, this one at the top. And it sucks because I'm showing y'all with that stain of what's the name on it. But let me see if I can get it to do it this way. I probably got to change the light. Hold on. Is that going to make it? Now y'all can see my stain. But it's just, what's the name? But this one, y'all might not be able to tell, but they like, this black right here is like chameleon. So it's like rainbow chameleon. You can't see it, but you can see it in the light real good. Oh, they can see it over here. Y'all see that? That's like, it look black, but it's really like a chameleon color, y'all. So she can do whatever. Like this one is reflective and it's matte and all. And then like when you're outside, you know how like the shoes reflect? These blacks do that. But she has like puff paint and glow in the dark. You know, we got a lot of glow in the dark stuff. But she lets you customize. She has all of the different, you know what I mean? So like, if you want this wisdom hoodie, but you want it in red, black, and white or whatever, she lets you customize your colors. She only has a certain amount. She don't have all the colors of the hoodie. So I think it's like black, white, green, and then the maroon color are the color hoodies she has. But you can get any design on those if you want them. So, like this is our wisdom hoodie, and it has wisdom in several different languages. And this is a conversation piece, you know, because if you go to different places where there's different ethnicities there, this would be cool because different people can. It was a lady following me in Walmart when I was gone. And I could tell she was of like Eastern Indian descent. And one of these shirts has that on it. So you see, this is like Japanese. I can't remember all the languages. I'm not going to lie because I just be picking them, but they're different languages. And that's knowledge. And then we have the white. Remember I told you of basically the one that I have on right now. Almost fell. Right? And then one of my favorites is our autodidactic polymath. And this is UV. Right? And then this glows in the dark. So I got to get some batteries for my thing. But yes. And then, you know, she puts the seeking you to find spiritual light on the side, right? Yes, this is my handle, but this is what this means. We wear words that have meaning, right? So this means self-taught in many areas. Or many subjects. That's what this means, right? And then we had our knowledge and our wisdom one. This is mine. I mean, like I said, you can customize it. These are just the colors and patterns that I chose because I like this. But this is understanding in several different languages. So anywhere you go, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have seeking and finding. So God should be hitting you with some everywhere you go because these are things you're wearing on your body. You know what I mean? And it shows that, listen, I'm not here to be telling nobody whatever. I just want to whatever. And then these glow in the dark, you know. But you could get this without going in the dark if you don't want that or all sparkly. You get it however you want. You just have to get the same design. But you can design the colors and she got snake print and rainbow and matte this and that and puff and all of that. She got all that stuff. And you can customize, you know, your colors. You can't change the design, but you can customize your colors. There is no stores that let you do that. You can't go in Nike and say, okay, I like that shirt, but I want y'all to make it gray, blue, and orange. They're going to be like, you're going to get what's on the rack. She literally customizes to your, you know, she gives you an option of like 3 different, and you can put it together. If you want leopard, zebra, and lime green, she can put it together. So, who is she? Our mod, Miss Rangel. She's probably not here. She's at work right now. But if you go to Nerd Junk Shop with a 3, linguistic.com. That's who does all of our, uh, you know, hoodies and t-shirts, and she has several different kinds. Like she has, like, if you live in a warmer climate like area, she has like the kind of like beach t-shirts that are cut low, and then they have that because she's in Florida. And then she has like the regular t-shirts, like for the Midwesterners, you know what I'm saying? We need some with some sleeves on it because the weather be changing. And then whatever you get in a hoodie, you can get it in a t-shirt. So if you're a t-shirt person, okay, coach. Yes. And like I said, y'all, the blankets are nice, but they are kind of expensive because she has to, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, she doesn't do those there where she is, but they still warm. I lay mine down on the top of my leg. So when I'm reading. All right. So back to what happened? Wait a minute, what happened? What happened, Juju? Oh, you did agoraphobia too. Okay, so Juju, do you know that anxiety is God's security system? Who knows that anxiety is God's security system? Do you guys know that? Well, now you do. Yes. The Bible tells you to be anxious for nothing, which means like anticipating and all of this. But okay, so listen. Do you realize that it doesn't have to be a visual enemy that you are fighting? What happens when you feel like somebody walked behind you, but you can't see them? Do you turn around? Do you? If you think you see a shadow, what do you do? And then you tell yourself you're tripping, right? Well, did you see somebody walk past you or not? You ain't never been walking up the stairs and felt like somebody was walking behind you? It's because someone was. They were just in the spirit. What are principalities of darkness? What do people always say they see pass by them? I thought I saw a shadow. What's a principality of darkness? A being of the darkness would be a... So have you ever thought that anxiety is a push to pray because God knows that there are spirits around you that you can't see? So you start to feel anxious thinking I'm tripping, and you're thinking of a physical thing, and there's a spirit around you and your body won't settle. because you're not alone in the space. Just like when you walk into a new environment that you've never been in, your anxiety is up because your senses are heightened. That's just not for the physical, it's for the spiritual as well. So then doctors get you to tell you that you need anxiety pills, so then you're not aware of the spiritual attacks that are around you. And you dull yourself to the demons and you get used to them being there. The principalities of darkness. Same thing with panic attacks. The next time you start to feel anxious, get your paper out and say, Lord, what are you saying? What's going on? What's a security alert? What do your Ring camera do every time somebody walk by? Whether they come into your house or not, what happens? They copied that from God. God gives you a notification with auras. Anxiety is your alert that there could be an evil spirit close to you. A being that is not, it's in your reality, but it's not in your realm, but it can affect your life. Sometimes your Ring camera catches it as well, right? Your Ring camera go off, but ain't nobody outside. But your Ring camera only moves when somebody goes past it. Right? Your floodlights outside ever go off and you get up and look? Nobody. Somebody, but nobody. You don't got anxiety. You have an internal security system. Your natural eyes can't see what your soul can feel. Exactly. This is why the Bible say pray all day without ceasing. Because there's entities around you, you just can't see them. But energy don't lie. Can't you feel when a person walk up to you and they're angry, even if they don't say nothing, you can feel that energy radiating off of them, right or wrong? Discernment, exactly. I told y'all everything that they are trying to medicate are spiritual gifts. The schizophrenic is a conduit. And because nobody taught that person and they didn't cover that person, because they know that that person was probably called to be, the demons know that that person is called to be a spokesperson for God. So what they do is get to the person early and start inhabiting them and making people think that they're crazy and not believing them when they say stuff. So that way, when the schizophrenic person speaks, everybody think they're crazy, but it's really a reality because they live in the spiritual realm all the time. Schizophrenic people live in the spiritual realm pretty much constantly. They can see everything that we cannot see. They're not crazy, they're gifted. It's just the devil has gotten in when God needed to be in that space, and the people that were around them didn't know the gift that they had, but the enemy does. The enemy knows. Thank God that my mom knew God, because they would have put me on medicine when I was a kid. I had night terrors. I was terrified. I dealt with anxiety. I dealt with depression. And it was all because I couldn't tell nobody the stuff I saw all day long. I'm telling you, if I show y'all, I'm going to try to print this picture out. I have a picture that my friend posted of me. I was 10 years old, y'all, and everybody else is looking and smiling one way. And I got my hands up to my chest like this, looking the other way, like don't nobody see it. And I was like 10. And in all my pictures, especially when I was a kid, I don't know how nobody couldn't tell I was tormented. I wasn't tormented. Like, you could see it. Because I used to go to sleep and dream about hell. I used to go to sleep and see souls tormented. Like, I was young, but I still saw destruction, the end of the world. Like, I was young, like under 5. My parents woke up and I was at the foot of their bed, or like on the floor in their room, until I was God knows how old. I was pregnant with my son and would still go get in the bed with my mom because I was having night terrors. 19 in my own house, still having night terrors. Spirits coming and standing at my door. I got my baby and I'm just crying and praying because the spirit is bigger than the door standing there. Because I was still a child. I mean, I had kids, but I was still a child. So what is sleepwalking and not being aware of it? A spirit takes over your body. So what you need to do, Miss Ramsey, or whoever's sleepwalking, before they go, okay. So remember when I told y'all that I made my kids anoint themselves before they left my house? My kids had to anoint themselves before they went to sleep too. If your child is having night terrors, you need to go through their toys. I keep telling y'all that. If your child is having night terrors, the first thing you need to do is go through their toys. Do y'all look up the names of y'all kids' toys? Y'all need to do that. Yeah. Because you can have a toy in there that's the name of a demon. Then what? You've invited that demon into your house. Matter of fact, you purchased it. They named the toys after demons. And the demon is going to go anywhere his name is called. I want it. Summoning a spirit. I'm going to show y'all something. And y'all have all seen these books before. These books somebody look up and tell me what the age of these books are, the readers. Rick Wardian, look up the age of the reader of his books. Right, but what's the age? Let's look it up. I know that they're children's books, but what's the age? It says 10 years old. 10, 11 and up, under 13. So the preteen. It tells you online. You can look it up. +11. So under 13, as early as 9, But right at about 13, they're going to not read it. Okay. What's the age that kids normally start to rebel? Slamming doors and stuff. That tween age. Between tweenager, yeah. Like 11, 10, 11, but up 20, 10 to 14. About 10 to 14. Mm-hmm. Do you know what the schools have them reading at that time? Between 10 to 14? Did y'all look up the age for these books? They say these books are for kids. What's the age group for these books, y'all, that we got? No, don't ask me. You got to go look up the reader, because this is what you should be doing with the books that your kids is bringing home from school. When they teachers say they got a book, you need to be looking up the age of who and what it is that they're doing a report on. Because when I saw this, I could have swore it said, 9 to 12. Five to 10. So this is 5 to 10 or 5 to 12, right? And y'all know what's in here. And it's a whole, right, it's a whole series of these books. So this is 5 to 12 at the book fair at your school. Okay. And then when they get to junior high, they get this. Have any of y'all ever read these? They're at the Goodwill, just so you know. They're at Goodwill. All right. I started to read out of this. Oh, I cleaned this place up. Let me tell you something. I can walk around in here freely. God is good and he likes stuff in decency and order. And I promise you, I like it too. Because I didn't used to. I used to be like, I don't care. No. Stuff have to be where it go. So you know what you're looking for when you're looking for it. My mom used to get on my nerves. Now, please put my stuff back or don't touch it. Because it needs to be where it goes. It needs to be well. Yes. Y'all, these books be at the book fair. Let me tell y'all how swift and cunning the devil is. Who'd like to hear a short story? Anyone? Anyone want to hear a short story? Okay. So when my daughter got diagnosed with her brain tumor, we were at a children's hospital, and they have a nonprofit. They have a nonprofit where the babies that are diagnosed with like a type of this thing, just any type of, if they're on the cancer floor, then they get this backpack filled with all of these goodies. It was like a nook in there, books, all of these different little toys, coloring books. It was a great bag. I ain't gonna lie. I was really happy that she had the nook because she had a type of vision situation going on. So she needed something to be able to see and all of that. And then, they would be dilating her eyes and all of this. So good job. So we going through the bag. right? While she's going through her chemo treatment. She's going through her chemo, and they bring her this bag. I'm about to show y'all what it had in it. Now tell me, what any baby going through sickness or anything like that, is probably going to be depressed, right? Hold on real quick. Y'all, this is what was in there. Do y'all know they were selling these to kids? They call them voodoo pals. Yeah, they still sell them. And they came with a stick pin. They were selling these at school at bookstores and stuff too, like the book sales. Yes, yes, yes. See the pen right there? And they tell you, if you want this to be you, take a, like it tell you the whole. Mind you, these was out when Monster High was out. These was out when Monster High was out. So a kid would be thinking this is like, it kind of looks like a Monster High doll. This was in my baby's backpack that they gave her from the hospital at 10 years old. It didn't make it to our house. I threw that mess out the window, but you won't be going home. You give this to a child that just got diagnosed with basically a form of like a tumor, a brain tumor. And then, yeah, it be a setup. Wow. Easy way for an evil spirit? Come on. No, 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 no. No. Absolutely freaking not. This is why I say, if you not watching over your kids, you could be bringing things into your house because you just, oh, everybody got it, girl, and I'm about to, girl, I don't know what game he be playing. He begged me for some game. Did you go and sit in there? You watched him play it, but did you ask him the players' names on the game? Like who? Not the people that they playing with. The storylines that they be reading of these players that have these abilities. Exactly, and then you wonder why they don't listen. They're so zoned into this thing that it becomes their whole life. Because guess what they're doing? And guess where it started? School reports. Oh, it's under there. I'll get to it. But this is the thing, though. Miss Ida, anime is really like the Wisdom of Solomon. A lot of anime is the Testament of Solomon. Me and my son figured that out. Well, he figured it out once I started reading the Testament of Solomon to him. So actually, the anime, yeah, Naruto, yep, all of them, it's the wisdom of the East. Well, Solomon was running Japan and China and different things at different times. Yeah. Yes. That's why Jada Way to be going crazy on here. Jada Way to be like, that's all my anime. Yeah. Look, and there she go. Look, Demon Slayer, Attack on the Titan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Hey. I'm sorry, not Jada Waiter, Deja. But yes. Yep. Yep. Y'all know y'all got me this. This is a kid's Bible. This is a children's Bible. Look. This is a Bible. Who knows what this is from? It's funny that they put this in there, but a lot of Christians don't even know why this is relevant. Y'all know why this is relevant, don't you? Why is this relevant? The Garden of Eden. Come on, mystery. Excalibur 2. Excalibur 2. No. Adam and Eve. What happened with this flaming sword that turns all the ways? I'm going to have your brothers tell you, Unique, and sisters. Tell me what happens. Why is this important? What y'all got over here? Oh. To protect the garden. From who? Yep. Adam and Eve. So there's a lot of Christians that don't even know the story behind this. was trying to show y'all what it. No, I wasn't saying so I could read. I have YouTube right behind y'all. Is what's going on now. The Bible says that there were people that were on the battlefield that had supernatural bloodlines. Your message disappeared. So y'all saw this book. We looked up the age group for this book, right? What was the age group that they said this book is for? 6 and 4. Genesis 6 and 4, when it tells you that the sons of God came into the daughters of men. It didn't say the daughters of men went into the daughters of, it says people had already been multiplying. And then there was another race of people made, right in Genesis 6, 1 through 4. So, 11, okay. Read this. Ooh. I'm thinking it's a place. The realm of the dead. Isn't that crazy? How that place is named after the first daughter of Adam and Eve, and they just threw that in on the first or second page. But when I tell y'all they be giving these kids the game, they tell them the truth. They know y'all won't believe it. Y'all just think it's mystery or make-believe. So could they be talking about some place that's in here or something that's in here? Because what is Maat? M-A-A-T with the little hyphen. Because I see y'all type that. Isn't that a person? We read about her actually in the book of Og. How is it that a lot of the stuff that's in here do y'all remember we looked up who Hyperion is? Yeah, she was a goddess, right? Look up Hyperion and tell me which mythological person they are. Please. There's one hoodie I'm missing because our a Titan child of Gaia and Uranus. So a Titan kid of Earth and a father from the stars. A Titan kid from Earth and a dad of the a mama from Earth and a daddy of the stars. Somebody please go get Genesis 6 and 4 for me. You just read Genesis 6 and 4 right there. You just read Genesis 6 and 4 right there. So whenever you see Gaia, Gaia just means of earth. And then they gonna tell you which star. But think about this. What if the angel that fell was the angel that was supposed to be guarding that planet? Because we know that God has these beings, right? Like the Chalkadree, the Phoenix, that guard the sun and guard the moon and all of these different things, the chariots of angels. We know this from Enoch. And remember, not just a third of every angel fell, but a third of every class of angel fell. That's a third of the angels that tended over livestock, land, water, fire, all the spirits of all of these things. This is why the Avatar and Solomon subduing all the temples of the air, the earth, fire, and all of that. That's why that's always been a big thing. Yes, Aaliyah. They say they're mythical, right? But I bet you if we get one of these books, and look, and I turn right to it, y'all. When I say he be on it, Y'all can't see it. So, in the book of King Og, it says the smaller self women were raised to be the high priestess and the sorcerers. The smaller selves are the regular size humans. Excuse me. The regular size humans. Now, it ain't saying that they was our size, but they were small. Smaller than these giants. Okay? Hold on. Hold on. Just stay right there. So when I go to Greek mythology, and it says Gaia, who was a goddess of earth and a primeval element deity personified to varying degrees. Okay? And it goes through the mother of all living things and the oldest of gods. Stay right there. In those days when the children of men had multiplied, it happened that there were born unto them, this is Enoch, handsome and beautiful daughters. And the angels, the children of heaven, saw them and desired them, and said to one another, come and let us choose wives for ourselves from among the daughters of men, and beget us children. Those are the angels. The first thing they taught them was magic, medicine, incantations, the cutting of roots. So when Og of Bashan from the Bible and the Rephaim are mentioned in King James, he is too, says that they took the smaller selves, females, and trained them to serve in the temples as priestess and sorcerers or sorceresses, okay? That lines up with what I just read in Enoch. That lines right up with what I read in Enoch. It also lines up with what I read in Genesis 6. And then it lines up with what I read in Greek mythology. The women were deified because they were the wives of the fallen angels. That's why they were deified. They were deified because the angels taught them magic so that the women could change things. This is why in Genesis 6, right after that happened, the earth had to be flooded. God gave them a certain amount of time. It wasn't just immediate. Because right after that, Noah was born. Well, Noah was 500 years old when the flood happened. Because right after that, it say Nephilim was in the land. Let's get her in the book. I'm just trying to show y'all how it would be right in our face, y'all. And because we don't be waiting to go look nowhere else. and we don't get the answers. Some versions of the scripture translate the word Nephilim as giants. Those with supernatural bloodlines found fame on the battlefield. This is exactly what God said. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterwards, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them, and they were the heroes of old, the mighty men of renown. Samson was a hero of old and a mighty man of renown. So was David. And some others. Nimrod, mighty hunter. The Greek mythology book. This is on our list on TikTok too. I'm in the Amazon what you call it? Oh, it's the black one. It's two of them. So one is mythology, timeless tales, gods and heroes, and the other one is classical mythology, A to Z. So the giants turned against the people in order to eat them, and they began to sin against birds, wild beasts, reptiles, and fish. All the animals? And create hybrid beings? Oh, like a satyr. What's the man's name we looked up and it says that he wrote the satyr or something? Do y'all remember the other day? What was his name? We looked him up. Do y'all remember? And it says he wrote something. I have it written down somewhere. It's on my notes. Nobody remembers. Well, it's in my notes. I can't remember his name just right now. So none of us remember. But y'all remember us talking about that. And I said, do you remember what he wrote? Oh, thank you. Oh, you're new? Well, hello, newbie. Yes, most of the people in the beginning of the Bible were giants. Yes. Because I don't know if y'all paid attention, but it was not just 200 angels that was watchers, y'all. So, that's what I was going to show. If they never existed, how do you have bloodlines? How do you have the genealogy of something that never existed? Tell me what they're telling us without telling us. This is a kid's book too. Because it says it was giants. It says in the Bible that it was about giants in the land after the flood and before the flood. We don't know the bloodlines of everybody that was on that boat. We studied about the Bereans, remember? Berea. And it's the name of the city is definitely a ethnic name. Who remembers we studied about the Thracians? Telephus was the son of Hercules and Prince Og, or whatever her name is, right? Stay right there. This is the history of the Jews. The history of the Jews and the wars of the Jews. See what that says? The antiquities of the Jews. See that? Now look what it says right there. See it? It says, Malchus, who wrote the history of the Jews in agreement with the history of Moses, their legislator, relates that there were many sons born to Abraham by Keturah. Nay, he names three of them, Aphor, Thuram, and Japhran. From Thuram, the land of Assyria was denominated, and from the other two, Aphor and Japhran, the country of Africa took its name because these men were auxiliaries to who? Hercules. Hercules married Aphor's daughter, and he begot a son, Diodorus, and Sophon. So they'll tell me it's mythology, but if I go look up the history of the Jews and the wars of the Jews, he's real. He married Abraham's granddaughter. Are y'all getting this? Now look what this says. Mythology. This says this is mythology. It says that Telephus was the son of Hercules and a princess. She was the daughter of a Tegan king. So then I have to know that Tegan king is Abraham. Abraham's granddaughter. If this is the histories of the Jews, then there is not one Jew that will not say, no person that understands the Bible that don't identify with Josephus. Because this dude is even in our big green book. Josephus lived 12 years after Jesus. In Israel or wherever he was at. Mythology talks about Tartars or the Tartarians. And it mentions Hercules and all of them. And then if I go get my big green book right here, and right on, I'm trying to show y'all why I got all these other books, and then we're going to move on to what I was getting ready to say. And this is why you don't got to worry about nobody calling a circle fake, because I be in here in my own business. I ain't worried about it. Right there in our favorite space, it says, instead of the Chaldeic, the Greek names of the kings of Babylon and Assyria are herein given as they are most commonly found and used. So really the names of all of the Greek gods that we see, Jupiter, Neptune, all of them are... So it makes sense that Abraham's daughter married Hercules and Libya and all of that, because that would have been during the time when all of those African countries were being started. And it says that at that time, ancient Mesopotamia, which is why we have all of the big ancient Mesopotamian books, which leads me to one of the things that I wanted to show y'all in our purple book that I was looking at yesterday. So give me a second. Let me hang all these back up because I want to show you something. Stay right there with that ancient Mesopotamia. Because in our purple book yesterday, in the lesson we didn't get to finish. Just give me a moment. I'm going to get it together here. 1 second. This is why you can't just read the Bible, because you ain't going to get it. Who got the purple book? If you do, go to page 335. But look right here. Yes, it's all kind of stuff on here because I was taking notes. But do y'all see what that say? It says prophesying refers to preaching, teaching, and predicting the future. The word written here is nevuah, voo, like voodoo. Anyway. What do people go to witches for? To tell a fortune, tell the future. The original word is in Aramaic. Oh my God. Look at that. The original word, prophesying, the word written here is nebuah, it looks like, but it's actually pronounced nevuah. And is in Aramaic rather than Hebrew. Aramaic is the language closely related to Hebrew and was originally spoken where? In Upper Mesopotamia, and became the most widely used language in Babylonian and subsequent Persian empires. Jews returning from exile both spoke Hebrew and Aramaic. Jesus spoke Aramaic. This is ancient Mesopotamia. This is ancient Mesopotamia. I gotta put stuff back so I don't have to clean up a lot later. I gotta go back to that, y'all. I'll be excited. Sorry. This is ancient Mesopotamia because I know that Abraham and Keturah produced the son that had the daughter that married Hercules. Okay. Oh, let's not go up there. Or does it? So then look. Now y'all understand why y'all TT cousin sister has all of this mythology right here. Because these, after Adam and Eve start having their kids, they spread out and populated the world, which is exactly what God told them to do. So then I need to be reading about all of the peoples and not just the Jews, because the Jews did not just interact with the Jews. They interacted with every other race of people on the planet that was trying to conquer them. But before there were the Jews, there were the ancient Mesopotamians who lived in Ur. And we know that because Moses, Jesus himself, was taught in ancient Upper Mesopotamia. So he spoke Hebrew and he spoke Aramaic 9 times out of 10. And we know that in ancient Mesopotamia, the days of Jared, 7 generations from Adam, that the angels not only went into the women, they went into the animals. So Miss Lady that had to cuss somebody out, don't worry about it. It's just because they don't know. Don't be mad. I don't care. Because all of our history and everything adds up. We get this Smithsonian book out. It's about to tell us the same thing Genesis said without saying it. Same thing. It's gonna tell me the same thing. It's gonna tell me the same thing. It's gonna tell me the same thing. It's gonna. The Bible talks about the Hittites. Y'all done heard them talk about the Hittites, right? Who heard a pastor talk about the Hittites and the Jebusites? But the Hittites, for real. Y'all heard about the Hittites? They always talk about the Hittites, and they went up against the Hittites. Okay, just stay right there. It said that the Hittites lived in Anatolia, right? That's what it said. Right? The Hittites lived in ancient Anatolia. Looked like he could have been hit with a flood, covered in mud, maybe. So when you read about the Hittites in the Bible, you're reading about ancient Anatolia. And who lived there? All of these people. The Neo-Assyrians, Cimmerians, Scythians, Persians, Romans, Hittites, Arameans, Luwians, however you say the Luwians, I don't know how to say that, and Asia Minor. Please tell me what is considered Asia Minor right now. Y'all look, I just stick them in there. Just in case I need them, I just gonna stick them in there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Remember I told y'all and everybody thought I was crazy when I was talking about the Haitians? Right? And they have that place called Hati. Remember, and I was telling y'all, I said these are descendants of, and the Haitians come from these people. And people was like, that's not it. That's a city. Not trying to be funny. Don't Haitians know magic? Don't Haitians know magic? Haitians know some of the oldest magic, or am I not correct? The Bible said that they was always going up against the Hittites. I know that the Hittites were giants. And I also know that the Hittites' mothers were human women that had sex with angels. Because remember, I told y'all, I went and I did the study on the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Jebusites. They were all races of giants. It's written over there in one of them journals somewhere. And voodoo, exactly. So Nevuah, Nevuah means prophecy, preaching, and teaching. And most people go to a priestess for what? What do people go to priestess for? To be taught what? They either gonna tell them the future, teach them how to do some magic on a person. So even voodoo the word vu actually comes from the Aramaic word nevuah, which means prophecy, teaching, or preaching. So the devil still couldn't take what he wanted to and make his own stuff. He had to still take something that God made to use against God again. And it is considered a form of religion. I told you people use the Bible to do magic. We know that. Ain't that crazy? So when I showed y'all that this is the war of the Bible always talking about the chariots, the Egyptians, and the numbers of chariots and the Persians. Do y'all see the color of these people? And mind you, this is the Smithsonian book. Their battles by map. And look at the color of the people that were fighting in this battle. Look at their hair. They got locks, y'all. There's some dark-skinned people, some brown-skinned people. But he's so much larger, and it's not just because he's on a horse. He's several times those people's sizes because his chariot is running them over. And look how long they things are trying to get a hold of him. Those are different tribes, you can tell. There's the Smithsonian. Asian wild asses. Asian wild asses. Assyrian forces. Look at that name. Tiltuba. Now that's scary because the chick in Salem, the Haitian chick, that was the slave to the lady of Salem, her name was Tituba. Not Tiltuba, but Tituba. Tituba. And she knew magic. Ancient, dark, wood magic. And guess what came to come see old Mary Sibley? Well, let's just do that. One of these. A beast and creature of mythology. A satyr came to see her. Now, if there is a bloodline for these guys, which I know that there is, but I wonder if they put it in here. Oh, they just gonna push them to the back, huh? Okay. Well, we know how these got here. How did the hybrids get here? The hybrids got here from what he told us in Enoch, that they sinned against the birds of the air, the fish, right? That's what it said. Enoch told us. Wait a minute. Now look at that. Monsters, prodigies, and hybrid creatures. The animals, the angels, and the giants slept with them, not just the giants. Who's ready? No. I gotta go pee. And I'm about to bust y'all head as soon as I come back, because my own head just got bust right now. Right now. Now I'm gonna bust y'all head, then I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna bust y'all head first before I leave. I ain't even gonna wait. I'm gonna get y'all right real quick. You just hold this out. Are y'all ready? This is the history of the Jews. This is the history. If you look in your KJV, this when you see Josephus if you got a study Bible, they reference him for almost every scripture in your Bible. Are y'all ready? As my daughter would say, let me go and do this. Right here it says, the country of Africa took its name because these men were auxiliaries to Hercules when he fought against Libya and Antæus. Libya and Antæus. This is the history of the Jews, the antiquities of the Jews. Are y'all getting this? Are y'all getting this? Here go the name Antæus right there. Y'all. Monsters, prodigies, and hybrid creatures. Y'all, there go Antæus. Was a Libyan giant. This is the history of the Jews. This is not mythology. This is listen. Right there. Abraham by Keturah. Here go his sons by Keturah, Aphor, Surim, and Japhran. That from Surim was the land of Assyria denominated. The Assyrians. Stop right there. Let's just go back to the big green book. Shall we? Anyone? Let's do it. The Assyrians? Okay. Because right here it says, instead of the Chaldeic, the Greek names of the kings of where? Babylon and Assyria. Okay. So that would make sense why every time because Abraham lived in the beginning of the earth. Hercules fought Antaeus. Antaeus is listed in the Antiquities and the Wars of the Jews. But if you don't go study mythology, you don't know that he was a hybrid. And I know that Greek mythology is based on the Chaldeans. The Bible talks. Do me a favor. Google how many times does the word Chaldeans show up in the Bible? Can y'all Google that for me? How many times does the word Chaldeans or Chaldee show up in the Bible? I don't even go there. $76 times. Who remember me saying that this dude is in that our book over there? Remember me telling you he was listed? Greek mythology. Greek mythology. Greek mythology. Egyptian mythology. Maybe because it was in the beginning of the earth before the flood. Whenever a lot of people look like the people in Sudan. It says the cradle of civilization. Well, everybody knows now. Y'all know what this is? This is Norse mythology. This is Norse mythology. Look at the foreword. This is Norse. Norse mythology. This is the same. This is Norse. These are both Norse mythology. Y'all see that? The prose edda, and then they call it Norse mythology. But just go with me. Just go with me here, please, and thank you just for a moment. Why does that say, in his old age, Noah shared the world with his sons? Ham. He intended the western region. So when I read in the history of the Jews that Hercules was fighting a hybrids, and I know that Hercules married Abraham's daughter, and then Taeus fought against Hercules, and he was a hybrid. So, I just be thinking about stuff. I just be thinking about why I read outside of the Bible for all the people that be wanting to call your TT cousin auntie fake. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't even worry about it because they just don't know. Him downstairs eating some milk and cookies. Him downstairs. This is from the dawn of civilization to present day history. And the first stuff they show is some big booty black girls. Hippos and stuff. And then they start showing hybrids and stuff. Look at that. Migrations again. Don't these look like African huts? Because they are. Those are not rocks. They're huts. That's so funny because those huts look like an ant farm. And then all of a sudden these showed up. Right after that, monolithic stone structures started showing up. This is Smithsonian now. I'm just turning page by page. So we'll get, this is just like, tell me what y'all see right here on this. What is that? What is that? Why is their body all the way down there at the bottom? And them long, is that a dinosaur? Don't that look like a dinosaur? I had to pull over. Not pull. So, now y'all know why they always trying to get in the Congo. Because the Congo folks already told us it's still dinosaurs. And whenever you read in the Bible about this place and the giants that they were fighting against that were in ancient Mesopotamia, now you know you're reading about hybrids. Uh-uh. They have all truth, Tamika. They are the truth. Because when we read in Enoch and it says that in the seventh generation from Adam, the angels came down and caused a whole bunch of hell. That's how it started. When they slept with the women, they taught them magic. And then after that, they started creating their own creatures. And this is why we have beast and creatures and then Native American and all the way down wizards, witches, seers, and healers. We got all of that. We need it. They stories. Because they all line up with the Bible, family. I be trying to tell y'all it's all the same story. If you didn't believe before, I just showed you Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology, Persian mythology, Hebrew mythology. I mean, Hebrew, real Jewish things that all say the same stuff. But I'm crazy and I'm fake. But you literally can see it played out. If I get my Hindu book, the Bhagavad Gita, their religious book, or however you say that, if I get that down, it shows the heavenly beings with blue faces, the blue people. We didn't see the blue people in Egypt. We didn't see them in India. And I know that Abraham started the Hindu people, Brahma. That's why the Bible says study to show yourself approved. I don't care what nobody say. We got all the proof. Thank you so much. So Enoch, the history and antiquities of the Jews, mythology, everybody say the same thing, but we just, okay, so who remembers me saying when you don't know the names, you don't know what to look for? Thank you, Miss Ida. Who remembers me saying that? When you don't know the names, they can trick you. But if you know the names, So Antaeus is a giant from Libya. And in the history of the Jews, which is one of the most widely recognized religious books, Josephus, it says that Antaeus was there. Hercules fought against Antaeus. Well, in mythology, it said Antaeus was a giant. In the history of Jews, it said Abraham's granddaughter, married Hercules and fought against Libya, which is where that country got its name. And Antaeus, giants. I told y'all all the battles that Israel was fighting was against the giants. I told y'all. And the Bible said Abraham will be the father of many nations, and he was. Great nations in size as well. Abraham and Moses was in Ur. They lived there. Giants in Ur. Magic in Ur. Where did he learn it? Astrology. From the Chaldeans, it said. The Chaldeans, I told y'all, that's why we got this and this. Hold on, I'm about to get our little collection together because now y'all gonna understand why I have these books right here. There's one more I'm missing. Because now, when I go look at this and I see the land of Jupiter, Pegasus, the land of Hercules, I know this was Africa. Because even the history of the Jews says that. And then, so does Roman and Greek history. So this is not behind the ice wall. There's absolutely no way that these places could be. Could the land of Draco be the Congo, where they're trying to get in there and burn it down so they can get to the land of the dragons right now? I showed y'all the quest for African, what's the name? And I told y'all it's a documentary on YouTube where the Bushmen take this man. He said, we got to leave a goat tied up here because that dinosaur will come out that water. It's still a living, breathing dinosaur in here. They said it's another one in Brazil, in the Amazon. And they're finding the dinosaur bones. People that are hiking in the Amazons and stuff are finding whole T-Rex bodies there. The Hittites, the Arameans, and the people that lived in Ur. There's a hybrid on the wall. Told y'all these was not just statues. The people that lived there really look like that. They were hybrids. This is who Hercules was fighting up against. Ashurbanipal and Nineveh. Now you know why Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh. Eridu, Akkad, Uruk, Ashur, Lakish, Babylon, Nimrud. We know Nimrod was a giant because he's in the book of Og, fighting in 100,000 giant war. Yes, it's real, Black Diamond. Atlantis is very real. Because if you go mate with the fish, it's going to be beings that can live underwater. If you're an angel, and you not only mate with the goats, and you mate with the birds, and you mate with the fish, it said birds of the air, animals, Aquaman. Well, that's in the Bible as well. Dagon. Go look up Dagon in the Bible. That's in the Bible too. Mermaids is in the Bible. After this, because look, this is incredible creatures and creations of the Bible. So these are scriptural references to hybrids. Dagon, the god of the Philistines, You see what this is now? There go the scripture. And after the Philistines, who were giants, had captured, because that's who Goliath, that's Goliath's people. And after the Philistines had captured the ark of God, they carried the ark into Dagon's temple and set it beside Dagon. Look at that. We find worshipers of Dagon in the same story as who? Samson the strong man, or Samson the mighty man of renown who killed 3,000 men. And I told y'all, all y'all got to do is go look at them Egyptian and Persian temples and see how far those pillars are apart. And I told y'all that no 5 foot, 6 foot, even 10 or 12 foot man has the arm width or length to push those columns. But if you a giant, the size of those statues that are in Egypt, you could do that. Now the rulers of the Philistines assembled to offer a great sacrifice to Dagon their god and to celebrate, saying, "Oh, our God has delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hands." Mer people. Bible. That scripture is 1 Samuel 5, 1 and 2 for the 66ers. Empires, demons of Babylon and Assyria. Ancient Mesopotamia. Kindred evil spirits, hobgoblins, monsters. Hobgoblins are monsters. And we know in Enoch it said that the giants went and talked to the monsters separately because that's a different race. Human angel, angel animal, all different races. They're not the same. So, you know what I'm saying. Because then you get these people. This is a different race from the giants. Because the giants were just human woman. Angel woman. But when you read the book of Og and you start getting into these other books, they're talking about our brothers of animal husbandry. This is animal husbandry. Then when we read in Og, they said they had the dragon siblings. Here go y'all Game of Thrones. I keep trying to tell y'all. That's why I like watching it, because I know the people. I know them because I read about them. Last one. Why they use this picture? We know that this picture is from where? I got to get this in y'all head because I need y'all to see what I'm talking about. Where did he live? Why would a human person have those wings like that unless their daddy was an angel or they were a fallen angel? Because remember, I told y'all when the fallen angels fell, okay, time started for them. This is where we get the celestial calendar. The Gregorian calendar, Gregory were a type of angel. They were the watchers. So if the Gregory were the fallen angels, that means prior to them going into the women, they lived in eternity. But they could be in our realm. But the moment that they stepped into a natural experience with a woman, time started for them. So that's why there's different calendars, because every race of people had a different start time. The humans had an earlier start time than the giants did. So their creation story is going to be half ours, half whatever their parents told them. And then we know that for after that, they started messing with the animals. The bestiality came, the angels and the giants. So now here is another race that is hybrid. It could be part human, part angel, now animal. Animal, human, angel hybrid, which is the magical creatures that come and they kind of look human. They have animal things, but they got magic powers. They can disappear real quick. They can do this and that. Well, that would make sense if your great granddaddy was an angel. That would make perfect sense. That would make absolute perfect sense. Perfect sense. Absolutely perfect sense. It definitely would. It would make perfect sense. And now that we know that we can trace their bloodlines back to ancient Africa, and that all of the history that we have been told is mythology is literally written down in the history of the Jews. Now we know why they so mad at old boy. Tyree, now we know, homie, I got you. Don't even worry about it. I got you. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to get they book and tell you what's going on around here. It's the history of the Jews. So, and they say ancient Iran and Jerusalem, Salem. Jeru, if you look him up, he's a little ethnic as well. Like Jaru, that ain't just come from nowhere. Jarul, Jeru, or Jerusalem. Oh, I'm supposed to be going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'm going to make me some coffee. Y'all got a couple minutes. I just want to know, have this been a good class for those of y'all that have been told that I was crazy? Because you get to see it for yourself. And see, the crazy thing is, we've just studied on all that stuff, so y'all know. And it's not that I'm circling the same thing. I'm giving you, now you tasted chicken. Now you about to taste grandma's fried chicken. I gave you a little baked chicken. They getting fried chicken in a minute. See, I let you taste my shrimp scampi, but now I'm about to bust your head with this bang bang shrimp. You see what I'm saying? It's still shrimp, but a whole different flavor of shrimp. A little different seasoning on it. So you know what just came to my mind? Maybe the reason that they did not list the mothers of the women, of the mothers of these people, is because when you research them back, you find out that they're the ancient Egyptian and Persian sorceresses, the witches. That's probably what that is. That's why they don't teach the women, because then we would know, wait a minute, what the hell, this isn't, wait, whoa, hold on, well, something ain't right here. Yeah, hurry up and get your mythology books so you can read the Bible for real. Now you know why Israelites was always scared. They was going up against monsters for real. When they say the dragons, it was real dragons. Hold on. So I want to say this before I run in the bathroom and make my coffee. I found out what the man do upstairs. He a librarian. He works in a freaking library. He's a librarian. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. I will not date that man. He looks like a librarian. Well, hell, maybe I look like a librarian too. Who? I'm going to study my mythology books intensely. You got to have your Bible with you, though. You got to have your Bible. Oh, this is going to drive me crazy. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, nephew. Yeah, I ain't worried about it. It is weird. I still don't think he's either of that. I told y'all who I think he is. And I still believe that in my heart. It's too convenient. Are there reference books with Bible verses and these other books together? No. Nope. That's why this name is Seeking You Shall Find. Now you see why that's so important, y'all. Adam, okay, y'all, we have gotten smaller because of our disobedience. God made everything smaller the second time around. Our lifespan was smaller. So we started shrinking. Even the scientists agree with that. Everything was bigger because the world was different. But God, he sliced that up out of there, and he started getting rid of all. We don't have all that because we used it for the wrong reasons. And we know that because what we thought was mountains was trees in the first world. The lost world. Wasn't everything bigger in the lost world? So you got to think. Let's say God made regular humans 100 feet. Okay? Or let's say that God made let's say human people were the size of the Avatar. Y'all remember how big the avatars were? Hey. So let's say God made average humans the size of the Avatar. When the angels came down and slept with those size women, then they created a race of giants that was 300 feet taller than the normal humans that God had created. You see what I'm saying? So they tell us that those little people that they're finding in Africa and stuff like that are the real people, but then we go and we look and we see that y'all finding massive bodies everywhere. And even in Og, they call them the smaller cells. The smaller cells. So you got to think if a person was, I don't know how tall those people on Avatar were, but what, maybe 20 feet? We'll say they 20 feet. So then if Joshua and them was 20 feet tall, we're just going to say that it was the size of the avatars, right? The avatars were nothing but like 15, 20, we'll say maybe 25 feet tall, we'll say, right? Still, a 20-foot being to something that is 450 feet tall is going to look like a grasshopper. That would be the ratio. The complete works of Josephus. The complete works. Yep. So do y'all really think I be caring? I hate to say it when pastors or whoever it is come for me. I don't care. Y'all know I don't care because most of them ain't never even read Josephus. They are. I bought these last year when I hurt my leg. Tell them happy birthday. So now we know more of why the Israelites was always just falling in line with these other people and worshiping their gods and their deities because they was bigger than them and they had magical powers. We know that there was witches and sorcerers. The Bible tells us that. Even in Paul's them days, it talks about Simon the sorcerer. He was well skilled in the craft. Okay. What does this go to as far as your daily duty to correct? Well, if you don't even know that you're wearing clothes that have symbols of fallen angels' children on them, or the words that you are speaking are really the name of a fallen angel, like Loki. So when you say I'm being low key, I'm just kicking back, you're conjuring a spirit. When you drink a Sprite, it's named, a Sprite used to be, and still in other countries, it's not called a spirit, it's called a Sprite. The cookies you eat, Oreos, are named after the mythological god Orius. The medicine that you take is named after demons. So you could be running back and forth to the doctor for a sickness that is a whole evil spirit, but because you didn't take the time to learn mythology and learn the name of the demons, then you just think that this is something that's been in your line and you don't know is a genetic disorder from the fallen angels. Because another thing, there's medicines that doctors are giving you that aren't going to do anything for your genetic disorder because it came from the fallen angels. And we know this because we look up how the fallen angel's child looked, and we go and find the human defect in our humans today, and it's still happening. Siren Amelia, let's do it. This is how it's exactly birth control. The birth control, Gardasil and Gardasil, are named after the angel that taught humans every death blow. And that's so funny because it stops life. So right on cue. Plastics are exactly. We read about Belkyra just the other day. We was reading about Belkyra in whatever we was reading in, I can't even remember, Jeremiah or the Apocalypse or whoever. We was reading about Belkyra, and that's the name Belkyra is the name of a injection to stop double chin, but it's also the name of the devil. Another name for Lucifer, Belkyra or Melkyra. The Ascension of Isaiah, thank you. The Ascension of Isaiah, it talks about that Belkyra, Lucifer himself, in ancient Mesopotamia, inhabited a king's son, Manasseh. You can read about him in the Bible. And he's very wicked. He lived in ancient Mesopotamia as well. Mm-hmm. It has everything to do with your whole life, because if God tells you don't go do what they did, but you don't even know the practices that you are doing is part of their practice, but because you haven't studied for yourself, then you possibly could be doing what the forefathers did that got them murked. Hypertrichosis. Werewolf syndrome. Hypertrichosis is werewolf syndrome. Cyanomelia is mermaid syndrome. And the list goes on and 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 on. Exactly. So when I go study the mythological gods and I see what it describes how they looked, and then I go look at modern day medicine and find out that the actual sickness is named after the fallen angel's hybrid kid. Because I know that there were cyclopses and there is a disease called cycopia. Bird syndrome. Cycopia is one eye, and people are born with that, cats, animals. And then there's a condition called bird syndrome, where the people's facial structure looks exactly like this. Look up bird syndrome. They look just like Groot from Minions. Look at his shoulders and look at his shoulders. Ain't no neck. Happy birthdays. If I'm missing it, I don't know. So then let's go look this up. It's called Seco syndrome. Seco syndrome. Seco syndrome. You just learned about this in class, Janelle? That's why it's important, because your doctors could be telling you they have absolutely no idea of where it comes from. And you know how I know they do? Because this is the stuff they have to study. Zoology, bones. Look, this is the stuff they study. Of course, of course, of course. You know exactly where it comes from. That's why y'all name it after the deity, the fallen angel's kid that it came from. You know exactly where it came from. The resurrectionist, Megan. So that's why it's important. Because then when I go and I read in the history of the Jews, okay, that Abraham's grandson-in-law fight against Antaeus, and I know that Antaeus was a giant from Uranus, who was an angel of Uranus. You are the very place Uranus, an angel and a woman. Then it applies to different things in my life, because here I am trying to fix something that is genetic. It's a genetic disorder. And the reason that it is a genetic disorder is because when the giants came down, the angels came down and infiltrated the human line, it produced defects, because that was never supposed to be mixed. Those two DNAs were never supposed to be crossed. What the angels tried to come down and do is what God planned to do with Jesus, with us, which is cover his spirit over a human woman and make her conceive. Well, they took their own physical version of that, because they came from the spirit into the flesh and went into women and created half spirit, half human beings, which is exactly what Jesus is. They tried to beat him to the punch. Because remember, it says that a king was coming that was going to be greater than all the kings. Well, who were the giants and the giants and the king? The rulers and the kings back in the day was animal beings. Look at her ears. Look like a fawn to me. Don't that look like a fawn? Look at them ears. I don't know, probably. The cultural atlas of the world's ancient Egypt. The first person you see is a bird person. Then you see a blue person. And we know in Egyptian and Chinese and every other race of people, Hindu, Indian, there's blue people and green people. We know that. And then here go all your shades. He looked like the bird dude, his color right there. Everybody line up. Take your picture. Yes, I know about the family with blue skin. It's people in Africa that still got blue black skin right now. And what did I tell you? Sudan. You see that? Egypt, Libyan. So we know that old boy. This is where that dude that Hercules had to fight was from. Right there. Look, Iraq. So this would have been These is all the stories we reading about. All of them books I just showed y'all. These are the places. And this is Israel right in there. Up in this area. This Israel right here. Oh, there you go. So look. Turkey right there. So the giants that was coming from Turkey, boom. Pirates. So when you read about the wars of Israel, these is all the lands of the giants right here. You know how I know? Because they call it Valley of the Kings. They call it Valley of the Kings. Yep. The Smurfs. Guess what I just found? Oh, y'all. And I done had this book forever. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Y'all see what this say? Y'all see what this say? Do y'all see that say Hercules right there? And guess what's next to it? Aphrodite. Y'all can't see it. Hold on. Let's see if I can turn this around so y'all can see it. Heliopolis, Aphrodite, and Hercules. Do y'all want to know what this is? Ancient Egypt. Antiquities of Ancient Egypt. That's what this is. That's what that is. Antiquities of Ancient Egypt. Remember that AE I kept telling y'all about? How it was in front of everything? Thebes was all of this was all in what's the name? Well, there you go. The Nile. Try to tell y'all. But this why you gotta go looking in them old books. Look how dark these statues are, y'all. Don't he look like an Asian to you? His eyes look Asian. And there's still more people because this is one group of people and this is another group. He look a little Asian too. Because his eyes, her eyes go down. Their eyes go up. All these eyes is different. And how do they tell our pheno whatever? By how far our eyes are, if they're up, down, whatever. That's how they can tell, like mongoloid or whatever. And who remembers that in so in the creation of Adam, remember, it says, when at last the ascent of the angels, when at last the ascent of the angels to the creation of man was given, God said to Gabriel, go and fetch me dust from four corners of the earth, from the four corners of the earth, and I will create man therewith. Well, there's white beaches, there's white dirt all the way to the darkest dirt. There's white sand and there's black sand. Red sand. There's even like greenish colored dirt. All these different colors. God said, pull dirt from all four corners of the earth and bring it to me so I can make man. The black woman has the Eve gene, the only woman on the planet that has that. And she can spit every single last one of these colors. The black woman has the ability to do this whitest of white all the way to that. and everything in between. Look it up. It's called the Eve gene. This is how Black women can have babies with blonde hair, blue eyes, and fair skin. And both her and the daddy is this color right here, the color of my nails. They can have a baby that looks like it just came from Japan, just came from the coldest mountains of Russia, from somewhere over in India, and everywhere in between. What you mix with, girl, you look like you Asian, Black. What you mix with, girl, you look like you Spanish, Black. Girl, what you mix with? You got that pretty hair, Black. Because every hair that you see, I can have a kid with. All 4 of my kids have different texture hair. All of them. When my youngest child was born, she looked like a Mexican little boy. Her hair, y'all know how them babies' hair be. I said, oh, this ain't gonna work. How am I gonna put some rubber bands and bobos on this? When I would snatch her hair off, it just stood straight up, and then it was laid down on the sides. It'll be, no, baby, we gotta put some parts or something in her little things to just slide off. I couldn't do her hair, like, put ponytails in her hair until after she was 1. They didn't start curling up till she was like 8 months. I told y'all what happened. I walked up to my baby when she was hours old and said, hey, mama. And the lady said, no, that's not your baby. That's Mrs. Torres's baby. Your baby is over there. And I looked at my daughter and I said, nah, wait a minute. They trying to play me. I looked at the Spanish baby, and the Spanish baby looked more ethnic than my child. This is my 4th baby, honey. Y'all trying to, and see, this why I don't let my kids come to the nursery, because this the first time I didn't let my baby go to the nursery without me, and they didn't try, I think they didn't try to steal my baby. Well, she looked just like me now. But I'm telling y'all right now, I told you Spanish women used to come up to me when I lived in Arizona, because that's where she was born, and say, tu baby? Tu baby? Tu baby? Yes, this is my kid. And they'll look at me and look at her. And go on about their business, baby, but they wouldn't believe in that. Do baby? Do baby? Yes. I know she look like y'all. I know. I've been wondering the same thing too. Is she my baby? I think they switched her at the hospital. I tell her all the time, girl, if you would have started looking at me. Listen here, if she didn't start looking like me, I'd have been trying to sue Maryville Hospital. Honey, look at here, something's up. But she looked just like me, so I know she might, and she looked just like her daddy. What you say? No Espanol. Right. But yeah, so. My mom had a friend, everybody in their family looked like dark-skinned Chinese people. And they had these little tight curls in their hair. It was crazy. Y'all know this is one of my favorite pictures. That's his knees now. She's standing on his feet. She's standing on his feet like we do our kids. And yet she's a full-grown woman. We can tell that because she got boobs and legs and everything. She's standing on his toes. Do you see that's a full-size person right there? And right there. And those are women. The high priestess that I was talking about, they're smaller women cells that they deemed as high priestess. Who remembers what we read in suit? Now remember, Chronos, Belos, Canaan. The angels went into the Canaanites, or the women that end up becoming the Canaanites. They fathered the Phoenicians, Ethiopia, and Egypt. Chronos, isn't he from Greek mythology? Page 875 of book 2. The rest of the Bible. So how is it? This say the same thing that our other books say too. There you go again. Volume 2. Y'all believe me now? You didn't know that, yep, Canaanite and Edomites. That's why I said you got to look at the names. That's how they trick you once you get so far, because then you will start seeing stuff. That's why I be trying to tell y'all that people had more. Okay. What my family calls me is not what y'all call me. And what they call me in the club I used to work at ain't what neither one of y'all call me. There's people I met in my life that don't even know what my real name. They call me whatever they met me under. And every time they see me, they call me when I modeled. There's people that from when I modeled, they know I'm not no model and they know my real name. And they still call me by the name that they met me by. Same person. Just everybody met me by a different name, but I'm still me. Still the same story. And even when you get married, your name change. But if you don't know the names of the people and see the inner, this is why all of these stories are important. Because when the Bible says the Israelites started worshiping false idols and other gods, you haven't even taken the time to find out what those gods, oh, well, it said Dagon, but it said other ones too. If it ain't listed in the Bible, I'm not looking for it. Well, you don't even know that you're driving one. And the name of your housing development is named after that demon or that fallen angel or that hybrid being. Maybe that's why you and your wife's relationship start messing up, or you and your husband's relationship start messing up once y'all moved over here and y'all realize that this whole area is named after a lustful fallen angel's child. Or this street name in another language, or is named after the god of war, and it's always neighbors fighting there. That's why these names are important. That's why everything is important. Nothing is for nothing with God. Like Chicago, right? Like Chirac. Exactly. So I bet you, if y'all start looking up the names of certain streets, you might find something. The meaning of that name. Look up the root word for that name. Because, like, we know pharmacy. We don't walk around saying, I'm about to go to the pharmacia or pharmacia. We don't say that. We say, I'm about to run down to CVS. Same thing. CVS, pharmacy, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, all of that. And speaking of that, we talked about that. Rite Aid, R-I-T, a rite is a ritual. It should say R-I-G-H-T, which means the right medicine, but it doesn't. It says ritual medicine or ritual aid. Ritualistic aid would mean you ain't never going to stop taking this crap and we going to keep pumping it in your system because it spells. But the word pharmacy means spell, incantation, witchcraft, or poison. That's what medicine is. Where did the medicine come from? From the fallen angels. Who did they teach the magic to? And the first thing they taught was magic medicine. So after that, they taught spells and incantations. First thing they taught was magic medicine. What are the African shaman men and healers known for? They say that they have healing medicines and tinctures and stuff in Africa that we don't even know about. Right or wrong? And they do a prayer over it, blow some smoke, do whatever they want to, but it heal you. Medicine men, exactly. Where did they get that from? Their medicine mothers. In the beginning, in the seventh generation from Adam, when Enoch came down and taught the women, not Enoch, the fallen angels came down and taught the women these things, then they taught it to their kids. So it makes sense that the deepest magic and the strongest magic comes from Africa because that's where it originated. Ancient Mesopotamia. And the civilizations that are still remembered now for their monolithic structures and their advancement in technology were the children of the beings from somewhere else. And we know that because they say, my people say part of us came from the stars. Just like the bird people that's over in Africa right now, they still got claw-like feet. Everybody in the village. They're not lying when they say that our ancestry comes from that star or this star or that star, because a third of all classes of angels fell. So angels that guarded the stars, angels that guarded the waters, angels that guarded the trees and the grass and all of that, the foliage, and then the animals. So if a third of each one of those classes fails, then they would be the god of the water, Poseidon. They would be the god of the animals, Pan. This is who they would be. So when you don't read about the gods that these people, if the Bible saying nothing new under the sun, and it was supernatural beings using things against the people, why are we not reading about that? Well, where did the supernatural beings come from? And even in this good old book here, it says that somebody has supernatural bloodlines. The Nephilim did. It said the Nephilim has supernatural bloodlines. So then when I go into, what's the name here? In Josephus, and it says that Hercules fought a giant from Libya, named Libya, because it wasn't Libya, it was named after him. He has supernatural bloodline, which means his daddy was an angel somewhere in there. So Libya is named after a fallen angel's son. And the Libyans, a lot of times, are super dark, right? Aren't Libyans normally really dark? So when the Bible says study to show yourself approved, this is what it's talking about. Not saying you read the Bible 5 times over. You read it and you didn't get nothing in there. You missed everything. Okay, now do you understand why I said even if you just go through the names of who begot who, you could be on 3 sentences for 6 months? Now do you believe me? Because studying that one person's generation and the migration of who those people became could have you 3 months on that. So I don't care if you read the Bible 100 times. You missed everything. In the first 6 chapters, the first 10 chapters, there's so much information. And there's pastors right now telling people don't believe that angels could come. They don't have sexual organs. The Bible says they do. So you calling God a liar? Because the sons of men and the sons of God are 2 different races of people. Wow. I would like to see that. And it has Kronos and his mother in earth, and they had it depicted leaning on a scepter with 3 pairs of wings, 2 spread and 1 folded. Wow. What book is that, One Love? The sons of God are angels. Mm-hmm. But ain't that crazy though? The Bible says the Nephilim were mighty men of renown and they had supernatural bloodlines. Well, where did the supernatural blood come from if Jesus hadn't been born yet? Who else was born in spirit at that time? Because supernatural means not human. Genesis, the start of the genes, exactly. The genealogy of man. So look. So we see in book 1, again, like I said, Kronos was the father of Belos and Canaan. Canaan ended up being the father of the Phoenicians, Ethiopia, and Egypt. And we know that the people that started Egypt were giants. We know that. Because that's why Israel was always fighting against them, because they was giants. The Persians was giants. All of them was giants. The ancient Anatolians, all of that, they was giants. It says, but they will all have a proud heart and finally rushing toward destruction will plot to fight in opposition against the starry heaven. And then the rushing of a mighty ocean of raging waters will be among them. Are y'all getting that? Who remembers me telling you that the reason that the Titan and Trojan War and all of that happened was because the angels' children was mad that they granddaddy would not let their dads back up in heaven. So that's what they was on. And even in the sibling oracles, it says the same thing. How is it that the Titans are the seventh generation? And I told you that in the seventh generation, now, in Jubilees and in Jasher, it says in the seventh generation, in the days of Jared, Tower of Babel. I told you. And remember, he said they almost made it. Who remembers? God said they would have made it. If he didn't send them down there, they would have made it. I told y'all. It was 600,000 giants. This makes the Bible more interesting, don't it? Oh, come on. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Can you see it right there? It says, and King Nimrod reigned securely, and all the earth was under his control, and all the earth was of one tongue and words of union. And all the princes of Nimrod and his great men took counsel together, put Mitzrayim, Cush, and Canaan. Hold on. Put Mitzrayim, Cush, and Canaan, right? That's what he said. The Phoenicians, the Canaanites. Just is put Ethiopia and Egypt. So Jasher 9 talks about these people going against God and trying to get back up to heaven. And we know it was 600,000 giants because look, put Mitzrayim, Cush, and Canaan with their families, okay, with their families. And they said to each other, come and let us build ourselves a city and in it a strong tower and its top reaching heaven, and we will make ourselves famed. Boom. So they start building. Now, so we know that Kronos is the father of Belos and Canaan. Canaan becomes the father of the Phoenicians, who becomes the father of the Egyptians and the Ethiopians, right? Right. Okay? And at the time that the Tower of Babel was being built, Nimrod got 600,000 people from those races specifically to build this tower. And we know that they have supernatural bloodlines. We know this for a fact. They have supernatural bloodlines, right? That's why the Tower of Babel was so important, because the fallen angels' children were building their way up to go see their grandfather and their uncles. We've talked about this. But it makes all of those wars in the beginning of the Bible with the Hittites and Egyptians, the Persians and the Egyptians, makes it make more sense now as to why everybody was so infatuated with Egypt. Can we just see this? The Aegean Sea, we just looked this up. Look at that. Thrace, remember we talked about the Thracians. We talked about the Thracians. Troy. Look. Eritrea. Now we just talked about that there's a place in Ethiopia called Eritrea, and there's a place in Greece. Wonder why that is. Are you serious? I hate when that happens. This is why you got to put all these together. You got to get your books lined up. Can't just read one book and say you got it all, or two or three. No, because it's a puzzle. And you got to know where to look to get the pieces. So get information. Why are you here? You've been just spouting out words. Is that what you do? You just throw up all the time and let it sit on your lap? You let it pool in your lap? When you get messed up and you get toe up, do you just let it pool there? You just keep throwing up and keep throwing up in your lap? Because if you understand that after the Tower of Babel, when the flood happened, prior to that, the earth was all one piece. So they could walk from Egypt to Mississippi. I get it. They could walk from Japan, because if you take your long map and you fold it backwards, they can walk. We know this already. We know who the Moors were. Okay? Go away. Go teach on your page. Do that. Don't try to teach on mine. Teach on yours. If you got so much knowledge, run us your videos, homie. Run them. Let's see it. Tag us in something real quick. Because mine done went around the world and back and around the world again and back. Go away. You got 30 seconds before you get blocked. Spit your knowledge on your life, because I've never heard of you. You're interrupting my class. You are. That's what you're doing. We Moors. We didn't come from Africa. The whole world started in Africa, you idiot. The whole world started in Africa. Even the scientists say that. So who ain't from Africa? Who ain't? It's the cradle of civilization, nigga. Everybody's from Africa. Weirdo. We're literally studying the migrations and where everybody went through all of the nations. And you sitting here talking about, we more, we this, we that. Get outside of all, go away. Weirdo. We literally sitting here studying the migration of the ancient Mesopotamians, which is the cradle of civilization, and you talking about we ain't from Africa. Well, nigga, where you from then? Southside? Hell. We literally going through the scientific. Get your gone. Hello, God. We got another one. El Stupido. Yeah. Just want to talk and don't want to learn. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Leave him alone. I blocked him. Is that okay, or am I getting in trouble for that? Well, I just kept ignoring it. I kept seeing the stuff that he was. What am I supposed to do? I kept ignoring his. I'm tired of them getting me in trouble. They interrupt my classes. What am I supposed to do? They like throwing up in their lap and drinking it. What I'm gonna do? I just hope I don't get in trouble. Can you talk? Thank you. Can you talk to him for me? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'll send you some brownies up there. Yeah. Leave me the hell alone. What are you talking about? We have not been on here for 3 hours and 18 minutes. I'm about to go eat. We've been on here for 3 hours and 18 minutes. And I only went to the bathroom once. I must send some brownies up there, okay? Shakayla, you have something coming to you shortly. How often is the book list updated? It's not. It's not. I just show the new books that I get when I get them for the library. This is our school library. Do you guys see it? Now, you can't check books out, but you can get copied pages. Get that. Can't check nothing out. This is like the Library of Congress. You can only go there and look. You put the book back. Check nothing out. Gloves on and everything. They open the book and lay it out. What page are you going to, how many pages are you going to be reading? 4? Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Keisha. I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't think that's convenient? Nobody thinks that's convenient that he does what he does? Nobody? You don't find that suspicious? I'm trying to, Phaedra. My would be here tomorrow. Because I got to get these books off the floor. This ain't going to work. And with y'all, the way y'all be sending me books, because I think some people are sending me the rest of this. this mythology, dragonology, whatever series. So I really ain't gonna have no space. I gotta get space so they can get up, and I'm gonna get everything in like in sections like biblical reference and language, and because I got French dictionaries and Spanish dictionaries. I used to have half Chinese and half English Bible, and I gave it to somebody, and I wish I wouldn't have done that because that would have been perfect with our Arabic and Ethiopian Bibles and then our old Bibles. So I found one though. I'll find me another one. What Tom say? What you say, Tom? Yes, I'm building a bookshelf. The wood will be here tomorrow. I gotta stain it and stuff first, so. Uh-oh. You're welcome, Miss Megan. You're welcome. The Sophia of Circa. I love it. That's cute. The Sophia of Circa. That's cool. Now, what if God allows it to be a book called The Wisdom of Circa? Make it like in the next world. That'll be cool. That would be freaking cool. Because we got a book everybody got a book that's being written about them. The Bible said every single thing that you do is being written down. So you got a book. It's just, is he going to put it in the Bible or not? And just like y'all saw, when Enoch came, God told that angel to come and to run him down the history. That's what they'd be like, well, if nobody was there, who was writing? The angels that was here. The same ones that's writing down why you just asked me that stupid question. I'm just playing. That's not a stupid question, but you know what I'm saying? It's not. That's not a stupid question at all, actually. But there is no stupid. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it is because it definitely is some stupid questions. But with that, y'all know what I mean. If there's angels that are taken down, it ain't nothing for them to come and recite whatever. You know what I'm saying? The angels are there to protect them, so you don't think they was writing down what they did? Well, what is the heavenly library for? That everybody's story is. God said when we go to Judgment Day, everybody got their own book and it's going to be open. The books of everybody's life. They didn't just start chronological, whatever you call it, chronicling when King started. God's. So now that we done had a 15-hour class again, I promise this time goes so fast when we be on here. It's chronological, but I was thinking about chronicling, right? You know, over time, just writing it down. Or chronicling, whatever it's called, y'all. You know what I mean? Yeah. The Heat book on Game of Thrones. Thank you. So now y'all see why I said it's hard for me to watch certain shows too, because I've read this. I'm like, I know this storyline. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Like in the show Magicians. Y'all know I watched The Magicians and the show The Librarians, right? All of these different shows they have. Even in Supernatural, remember there was a library. The Death had the books, remember? And they broke in Death's library. The black chick, remember? The Reapers had the books. And Angel had John write the book of Revelation. Sure did. Sure did. An angel came and told him, come on now. Sure did. Yep. Yep. So now when you read such and such begat such and such, that part that you thought it was boring that we all used to skip, that was going to make the whole Bible just way more interesting. The part we used to skip is now the part we're going back to look for. Like when you was a kid, you didn't like vegetables, and now that's all you want to do is be vegan. You want nothing to do with no vegetables when you was a kid. I don't like them. And you're like, ew, I don't eat meat. No. See how things change? They change just like that. You see flip-flop real fast. He did the flip-flop and the flip-flop and yeah, like that. Y'all did the flip-flop and the flip-flop. No. You read that his Satan's mouth was 60 foot wide. I can believe that. I mean, think about how big your head gotta be if your crown as an angel is, it takes 502 years to get from the bottom to the top. It's gonna be another hurricane. Wow. I definitely will be praying for y'all. Y'all welcome. I'll be back later maybe. Because this was a long class. We're almost on 4 hours. Goodness, what time is it? I haven't even eaten breakfast or nothing. I love you. I gotta go. I do love y'all. I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. I gotta go eat something. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all.